This is likely some of the rarest footage we have ever captured.
This is a baby water bear being born into the world, hatching out right before our very eyes.
The natural springs of Florida are no stranger to the Brave Wilderness team. In fact, if you're thinking this one looks familiar, you're absolutely right. This is the same spring we dove to reach its source for collection samples of the alien-like microanimal known as the tardigrade, or more endearingly, the water bear. We've brought you back to this spring to unveil a rare discovery that occurred from a sample taken on this very day. But first, it's important to understand why the conditions were just right and how far we had to go to find the perfect sample containing a micro-miracle unlike anything you've ever seen before.
So Hunter, we're checking something out about the water. What is this?
Yeah, Mark, we're going to deploy this probe into the water and find out some of the different metadata. So how cold it is, temperature, pH, all that kind of stuff.
Okay, so when we are examining some of these animals back at the lab, this information will actually be critical for the documentation of where they were found and where they're going, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly right, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So I'll let you do the honors. Here you go. Drop it in.
All right, I guess I'm going to put the probe into the water here.
You can see the temperature, 23 degrees, pH is 7, fresh water, filled oxygen, really low oxygen, dropping, see?
Today, we're gonna find out whether or not these animals are indeed immortal. Because there's some rumors out there. There's some rumors that they might be immortal and can live forever, and they might actually be aliens from outer space.
The conditions of this spring proved to be adequate for the collection of potentially breeding water bear. Dr. Hunter Hines and I ventured into this manatee sanctuary to search for the tardigrade that live in its microbial mats.
I'm guessing by the number of collection tubes we have here in this bag, we have to take all these samples because you really never know what you get until you're in the lab under the microscope.
Yeah.
This is the shallow portion of the spring. There's actually a deeper portion in the back where we're gonna have to do some free diving.
We'll do it, yeah.
Okay, and that's the boil.
That's the boil, where all the water comes from, yeah. There'll be a current down there too. So.
Ooh, fun.
That's right. To find the perfect samples, I had to free dive against strong currents into the depths of the boil to collect what we hope would be an abundance of active water bear.
That's the sample from the boil. That's the one. That's going to be the big water bears on that one. There they are. The samples. Maybe immortal creatures. Maybe aliens. Let's find out.
This journey ultimately led us back to the Harbor Branch lab, where we were able to get our samples under the microscope and finally see the results of our hard work.
Wow! Oh my goodness. Look, yeah, you can definitely see the claws.
Yeah, you were swimming with these today. I mean, they're all over you.
Okay, so tell me about cryptobiosis.
Yeah, so cryptobiosis, this animal can basically shut down its entire metabolism. So it goes to an almost death-like state. Nothing is functioning, nothing is happening, it's not moving, and it can stay in this state for a very long time. Importantly though, it can turn this off and come back to life, if you will.
And how many years can it do this?
At least 20.
20 years! So it can be dead almost, but not die. That's what I'm hearing, folks.
And even made a rare discovery of a tardigrade that was carrying eggs.
Had eggs on its back?
Yeah, very good, very good. All right, so here we have a mama tardigrade.
It's my bear! That is amazing.
How do you feel?
I feel really accomplished. It is not an easy process at all.
But what we could have never expected was the discovery made the following morning. One that Dr. Hunter himself had never seen or known to have been documented before.
All right, so you know how we saw a tardigrade with eggs? Well, we came back this morning and we have a tardigrade with babies. Eggs are hatching. Check this out. That's a baby water bear. What do you think, Hunter? How old is that bear?
About 2 minutes old.
2 minutes old. To your knowledge, this is the first time this has ever been captured on video?
By me, absolutely. I've never seen it before.
Wow.
Really unusual.
So,
amazing timing.
Very cool. Check this out too. Come back around. You can see there's other eggs actually hatching right now.
So this one is almost ready to go. This guy's still an egg. This one's thinking about it. So they hatch at different times, which obviously helps their survival, depending on what the environmental conditions are. And the mama bear is just hanging out.
Wow.
And so you can see she is full of all this cyanobacteria that she's been eating, this stuff here. But the baby tardigrade is super clear, and looking for food. He's probably really hungry.
You may be asking yourself, what exactly does a baby water bear eat? Well, take a look at this.
What is this?
Cyanobacteria.
Cyanobacteria, okay. Because it kind of looks like sprouts, something you might want to put on your salad.
They all create these clumps. This is microbial mats we sampled last time. And that's what the tardigrades eat. So it's photosynthetic bacteria.
So that's the bacteria right there, these long strands.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are some of the oldest organisms on the planet, actually.
Really?
Which is really cool. They're the first ones to kind of oxygenate the earth. It's one of the byproducts of photosynthesis. So without these things, there might not have been oxygen on the planet. So it really influenced how evolution took place.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And even today, they provide a lot of oxygen for us. Maybe like a third of the planet's oxygen comes from cyanobacteria.
There's 1/3 of that breath you just took that's comprised of oxygen made from this bacteria. I think that's pretty cool.
It's truly amazing how the smallest organisms that exist on our planet can be responsible for our very own existence. Even on a micro level, life continues to thrive thanks to organisms like the cyanobacteria. What you are witnessing here is literally the birth or hatching of a water bear. And as you can imagine, if finding one with eggs is rare, the footage you're witnessing is beyond rare. In fact, almost impossible. This is likely some of the rarest footage we have ever captured.
This is a baby water bear being born into the world, hatching out right before our very eyes.
Let's see how big it is. So we can take a picture and measure it. Maybe 150 microns long.
How large is that in like relative terms?
Ooh, a human hair is maybe 40 microns. So
okay.
You could fit 10 of these guys in between the two lines on the ruler for 1 millimeter. So the very smallest part of a ruler, you fit 10 of these guys head to tail.
Wow.
Water bear mothers are also known to display parental characteristics. The exuvium, which is the outer layer of the tardigrade's skin, is shed and then filled with eggs and will stay attached to the mother to remain under her care until the eggs hatch. An unusual behavior for a microorganism, and a trait that makes them fit even more into the category of microanimal. And in case you're wondering, a microanimal is exactly what it sounds like. Simply put, an animal so small that it requires a microscope to be observed. And not all microorganisms are microanimals like the tardigrade. But what an incredible discovery we have here today. Not only were we fortunate enough to find a tardigrade with eggs, but we also got to witness and possibly film for the first time ever the hatching of a water bear. And this just goes to show you that life will always find a way, no matter how big or how small. A special thanks to Dr. Hunter Hines for joining us again, and you can find out more about his work on his Instagram account at Microbial Ecology. And if you're eager to learn more about what Dr. Hunter is up to in his lab, make sure to check out our members-only videos to find out what other microorganisms he has lurking under the microscope. And don't forget, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a second of the action ahead. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.